Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my first impressions on the Pena X Series Bronco Slipjoint. So this is actually, according to Ben from Jack Wolf Knives, Benny Belkin, really good buddy and good dude in the community. He says this is Pena's first X Series knife, actually, and it is a slipjoint. So it's made by Riot. And it is S35VN, actually. I was wrong in the unboxing. And titanium with natural micarta. So I did say it was really stiff in the unboxing, and it is. I mean, it is a strong pull. I talked to Chris, who has one as well from Grady's Gear, and he said it was like an 8 to him on the pull, and he knows slip joints better than I do, but I would call it a 9. I don't think you can really say 10, but it is extremely stiff. And if you have sweaty hands at all, like I do sometimes, it's really tough. But right now they're dry, so it's not so bad. It's just kind of a give and take. I did try to mess with the pivot a little bit to see if that helped, and it didn't. And now I did tighten it back down, but you'll see there, if you look at the centering, it looks dead on, right? But I can do this, just push it over, and all of a sudden it's over there now. Open, close. Back to center, maybe off to that side now. So it's kind of odd that it doesn't stay in the center. I'm going to try tightening it a little more and see if maybe I just didn't tighten it all the way down. Yeah, there was a little bit left in that pivot. So let me see. There we go. So now it stays and comes back, looks like, right? Well, yeah, it pretty much bounces back to center now whenever you do that. Not that you should go around doing that all the time. I don't think it made it stiffer. Maybe that last pull, maybe it's a little stiffer now after that, but I prefer to have good centering. So, and I think this is how it's supposed to be. You know, I kind of messed with it. So now we're where we're supposed to be, and it's back to being really stiff. But you know what? It's not like it's impossible to do or anything. It's doable, and it just is not like enjoyable. So like I have, here's a random one from Ben that he sent me, right? And this one, yeah, see, that just feels really good to open and close. It's just fun to play with. And this is just like, oh my God. Yeah, I just don't like the pull at all, especially after just playing with this guy right here. That is the type of pull I like. I don't know what this would be considered, probably a 6. Let me see if I can pull out the TC Barlow. Yeah, see, this one's a little stiffer, but it's still like super easy to get, right? It's not like something I would struggle to constantly do, which makes it more enjoyable. This is like, I'm slipping off. Now I'm starting to get sweaty hands. So that's the pull, guys. It's not great. I think maybe what I did there on the pivot actually did help. So hang on. Let me see if I just loosen it a cinch. Sorry, I did not mean to get into this. It just kind of happened. But it always happens with me. So it's detent, or now it's this shit, right? Yeah, see how it wants to like get stuck where it is? I mean, I assume that centering on a slip joint is the same as centering on any knife, that it should kind of hold its ground if it's considered a solid knife, right? See, now that's better, but now it's going to be stiff. Yeah. So that's just how it is. All right, I'm going to shut up. Apologies for that. It's stiff. All right, Jesus. Other than that, I really like it, actually. I think the finishing is really good. It's very smooth all the way through. So you have that flat spring no matter what position you're in. How a slip joint should be, right? Now, the one good thing about that strong spring is it's not going anywhere. I mean, it would be really hard to accidentally close. Like, I could get it if I kept pushing a little bit, but, like, you're not going to... I can't even start to move it this way with my index finger. Now, it comes down to your strength as well. Size comparison. This is my Pena Fat Lanny. Same exact blade shape, I would say. Lanny's clip, of course. Size-wise, I think they're going to be identical, to be honest. Because I think this is based off of that design, right? They look to be the same to me. This handle shape is a little different when it gets back here, right? But that's a size comparison for you. I just sold my bug out, actually, because I literally never carry it, and I just figured another lefty would maybe be happy with that. So I'm just going to start using the Para 3 as the comparison knife that a lot of people would have, right? So it's a little smaller all around than a Para 3. And if this didn't have a CME by OCD for EDC, this would be gone too, by the way. Just saying. Protect Malibu. There you go. Just a little bit bigger all around as well. Let me see. Anything more comparable? Ferrum Forge Stinger. Let's try this guy. Ferrum Forge Stinger. Yeah, that's pretty dang close right there. Still a little bit bigger. Wee Kite Fin. Still a little bit bigger. I don't know if I have anything this exact size other than that guy. Hey, how about the Finch Knives 1929? That's a bit smaller. All right, you get the point. It's for a slip joint, it's relatively, I'd say, large. Like, here's that TC Barlow again. If you're a slip joint guy, it's probably what I should have been pulling out, huh? Was slip joints, you idiot. Kev. Jesus. So there's that TC Barlow. Let's get that other guy out with the sheep's foot. I can't remember what this thing's called with the ebony wood. I really like that one. Bang. Right there. That help at all for you slip joint guys? By the way, Ben, if you want to trade me that Bronco, even though you have one, for this guy, I would do it. I don't know if that in any way is a deal for you, but I would love to have that guy right there compared. So that's how I feel. Okay, so ergonomics, very comfortable. I mean, it fits like a glove in my hand. There's not much going on there. Very neutral. A little bit back here, but my hand fits right in. The blade grind is interesting. So that Lanny I just showed you, that's a hollow grind. This is a flat grind. So this must have been pre-Riot hollow grind or pre-doing it on a lot of stuff. I like how that spine just continues straight through. It looks really sweet. You know, it's kind of hard to tell the gap there. Any wiggle? No, there's no wiggle there, and that's probably why this doesn't move as much now that I tightened it down. Because you would have a little bit of wiggle if that was moving, right? So it's kind of a drawback to having the good centering, I guess. I don't know that it's stiffer. That brown micarta is pretty familiar to me. I don't know if that's the same brown micarta. This does not have as much oils worn into it yet. I have carried it more than this, but maybe, you know, being in my hand for a short amount of time or something. I don't know if it's the same, but it's very similar to me. So, very nicely done. It's a little different from other inlays I've seen on Riots. They stand proud. Kind of reminds me of, in a weird way, the Brian Brown Jaeger M that I had. The way the inlay is done on this. Just a different way of doing it. Has a nail nick, of course, which you would never use unless you wanted to destroy your nail. I mean, yeah. So you might want to, you have to use it to get the knife open because you need to grab that area to get a grip, but you're using this part of your finger. You're not using your fingernail to pull it, if that makes sense. Cutting. Let's try the cutting on this guy. little bit of printer paper here from shipping labels. Very, very nice on that S35E. And let's compare it to the Lanny, which does not have much use on it either. Let's see how that feels. Yeah, so this is going to be, God, I suck. Just a little bit smoother because of that hollow grind. Actually, hold on. I don't know, they feel about the same, to be honest. So maybe they got it down to the same thickness behind the edge. Ah, look at that. That's why. You have thicker blade stock here. And then that flat grind got it down to a nice thin edge. And here, they went with a hollow. And, well, it actually would make this one thinner, right? I don't know. Interesting. They feel very similar. So maybe blade shape and just being sharp and thin, you know, makes it comparable enough that it's not like you're going to notice some big difference. I don't know. I'm not the cutting expert, all right? Get this shit out of here. Sorry. So it cuts very well. Felt really good in hand through the cut. No issues there. I really like it. I like the pivot. Nice, simple pivot hardware. Probably T6 on the hardware. I can check that. I know the pivot's T8, but I'm guessing the body hardware, this is pretty old model, yeah. So it's just an older Riot OEM knife, so it's just going to have some of those kind of older quirks to it, right? Like the flat grind and the T6, but I mean, that's pretty much the knife, guys. It's a good size knife. It's a good EDC knife. Because of that strong spring, you're not going to have issues with it closing on you or anything, so you know, this is really a good EDC work slip joint, I would say. Now, it's probably not going to be the most fidgety, let's sit around and just play with it for days kind of thing. But, you know, not every knife needs to be a play toy. I know that I'm guilty of wanting everyone to be. And that's my personal opinion of what I like in a knife, right? And that's why you guys hopefully watch different channels. Like Grady's Gear is going to give you a different point of view on this. He's probably going to say he likes it being stiff, right? He likes a lot of things being stiff. That's what she said, but anyway, this slip is actually really well done for just coming with the knife. I think it's retailed for $239. Excuse me, the knife. I forget what I paid. It's been a few years that it's been at Smoky Mountain. Maybe we got a little bit of a discount and paid like $200. But for that price to come with what I would say is a really, really good slip. I know a lot of people put their slip joints in this way, but because I'm left-handed, I've been doing it like this since this is new. I can mold it how I want. I've been putting it in like this, so that way when I get it out, it comes out and it's ready to be deployed with my left hand. If I put it in like this, then it comes out. I got to flip it around, right? I feel like that is set up to come out and be right-handed. So mine's going to come out like this. And that's how it's going to go back in, and that's where it's going to sit. So, yeah, that is the Pena X Series Bronco. Now, it just says X because maybe it was the first knife, and he didn't know he would do more. This is the first one, right? It was just the X knife. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I really enjoy this. I like trying new things. Doesn't always mean I'm going to convert, because I do want to say carrying it has been interesting. You know, I like clips. So I think if I converted to slip joints, I would get a lot of those like clip slip things. Basically, it's this with a clip on it. That would make sense to me because I don't like things at the bottom of my pockets. That's why I carry knives with clips. You know, I have a flashlight with a clip. I have a pry bar with a clip. 2 knives with a clip. I'm pocketed up, right? Or clipped up. So putting this in my back pocket, like horizontally, just felt weird. My front pocket felt weird. And, you know, because of the size of it, like it's not just like, you know, like let's say this guy right here, right? This TC Barlow. It's just, you got a smaller package there, a lighter weight, much lighter weight package. This might disappear more in your pocket, you know. Much smaller knife. Not much, but a smaller knife. So, you know, there's a balance there. So anyway, I'm learning, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Slipjoint videos. I really appreciate that. I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.